guys, it's Ashley again, and welcome back to another journaling video. Can you see my thumbs up? Today I'm going to be doing a couple of book spreads for books that I have read this month. I haven't started off 2021 with as much of a bang as I had hoped to, because I definitely could have been reading a lot more books this month, but kind of got sucked into rewatching The Vampire Diaries after 6-7 years, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. I don't know why I decided to do that, but it's been done. I'm on season 3. There's no stopping me now. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some spreads in my journal for 3 books, technically 4, but 2 of them are part of the same series, so they're just going in the same spread, and we'll just see how this goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the voiceover, and we'll get started. Also, if you can't tell, I tried to up my journaling video game with this white piece of poster board that's acting as my backdrop. So I hope you guys enjoy the cleaner, brighter look to this video. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get started because I've spent a lot of time planning these out and I'm just ready to start gluing stuff down.
Alright guys, so welcome to the part where I actually start doing something. If you haven't seen my first journal with me video, essentially that one was a less great quality, I apologize, video where I just set up the initial parts of my reading journal. So I'll link it on the screen if you want to watch it, and it'll be in the description as well. But this time I'm doing actual book spreads. So this one, if you cannot already tell, is based on Lore by Alexandra Bracken, which was the first book that I read this year and really liked. Essentially, all I'm doing is just taping down a bunch of images I got off of Pinterest or Google and kind of decorating the page and making it look all cute like I've seen other people do. These spreads were totally inspired by all of the amazing people who post their own spreads online. I just got inspiration from a ton of them. But if you weren't aware, Lore is a story about Greek mythology, and it sort of takes Greek myths and turns them on their heads and things like that. So in order to make a spread for that, I just included a bunch of Greek mythological stuff. So there's Athena on top of New York because it's set in New York, the Aegis, which is the shield, and there's some Greek statues and things like that. I really like how it turned out. I like the sort of lightly colored aesthetic that I went for here. Not really sure what you'd call that, but I like it. And then the little empty section on the side next to New York is where I will include my thoughts on what I thought about the book, obviously, which I didn't fill in this video, but I went in afterward and filled it in, and it made it look much more like full, if that makes sense. And so this next spread I did not think was going to turn out very well. While I was making it, I kind of got confused as to what I wanted to do and ended up doing something that I wasn't super happy with, and then went back and changed it, and a lot of things ended up happening. But this spread is for the Mistborn trilogy. I went ahead and just made one spread for all 3 books because I read them so quickly, and I didn't want to make 3 separate spreads because obviously when you read a trilogy so quickly, the story kind of blends together, and I personally don't remember what happened in each book. They all kind of mesh. So I made one spread for all 3. I really, really like the images that I chose. This is all like artwork that I found online, and if I can find the creators of the artwork, I will credit them. But for now, I just printed them out because I really liked them, and I started making this spread, and this journal's just for me. So yeah, sorry, I'm not doing that over voiceover. But what I love about this spread the most, other than that I didn't think it was going to turn out and I ended up really liking it, was in a few seconds you will see me start to sketch out some of the allomantic symbols. So in Mistborn, obviously the magic system is based off of metals, and so those metals have different symbols, and so obviously I'm doing that right now. I end up coloring them in white, and it just looks so cool with the dark background and the images, and I really love the way that it turned out. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and let you guys just watch, and then we'll come back when I make my next spread. Okay, I lied, I'm back. So what I'm doing now is I started writing out the names of different characters and then realized I didn't want that, so I erased it. This spread was a lot of that, me trying to think of things and deciding, nope, that's not going to work, and then doing other things and realizing, oh crap, I don't like the way that I wrote Brandon Sanderson, but you know what, it's too late, it's already in paint pen, you can't do anything about it. So yeah, this spread was definitely a work in progress of trial and error and all of that kind of stuff, but I do like the way that it turned out in the end, especially after I added all my thoughts on the left page. It really makes it look full and pretty, and I like it. And so this last spread that I'm doing, I'm basing off of City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty, which, if you did not know, I read recently and absolutely loved. I have a reading vlog up for it if you want to watch it. It should not spoil really anything, I don't think, so you can definitely watch it if you haven't read this yet. But again, for this one, I just grabbed some images off of Pinterest. This one I put in the middle is artwork that I found online of Dara and Nari, and I really loved it, so I knew it had to go in the middle, and so I just kind of started pasting things and adding stuff. And this spread actually was heavily inspired by Payton over at Book Howler, who I follow on Instagram. She makes great journaling spreads, and I'm always inspired by them, and so I definitely just completely copied this, so I want to give her credit for that. This spread is my favorite out of all of the ones that I did, but I also hate some of the things that I did in it and wish that I could change them. For example, why did I not center the words "the City of Brass" in that space of dark red? Why did I not do that? It really, really annoys me, like really badly. Wish I could change that, but again, that's already in paint pen, so I can't do much about it. But other than that, I really do like the way that I made this spread. I just think it's really pretty and takes up the space really well, and yeah, I like it. Not much more to say. And so after I finished all of my spreads, I went back through to the Mistborn one and just darkened some of the symbols because the paint pen didn't make a dark enough mark the first time around. And after that, filled in my thoughts for all of the books and finished them all off. I really like the way that they turned out. I did not have very high expectations for myself, but I'm very proud. I really like that I ended up giving them all a very different feel. Lore feels very light and whimsical, even though there was a lot of death in the book, so that's fun. Mistborn is also a fantasy, but it felt very dark and grungy almost to me, so I like that I sort of went that route with my spread. I didn't even really mean to do it. I was just going with what I was feeling, you know? And then City of Brass obviously is heavily Middle Eastern inspired, so I kind of went with that sort of color scheme, and I just really like the way that they turned out. You guys, I'm getting better at this. Stick around and see what else we can come up with. So I think that is going to be everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you want to follow me on any of my socials, all my handles are in the description. Thank you so much for sticking around again, and I will catch you later. Bye!